Right, so roll cage. What I'll do is I'll do this model first, which is a full cage model, and we've got a half cage model over there, and you'll be able to see the difference. So full cage, by far, I'm most popular, without a shadow of a doubt. To be honest with you, once you sit in one, and once you're cocooned, you'll understand why a cage is so important. Well, as I say, I'm 6'7", and although it's a small aperture, it's really easy to get in. You can kind of use this to get your knee up and get in that way, or if you want to do, you can come in the top and lower yourself down. As I say, it's absolutely great. So, 6'7". How did I get myself in there? So one of the things that we did was, and if you look at this cage here, so instead of having this cage tubing sat outside here, and you're sitting there, and every time you go, it whacks your knee up, or it does my head in. So basically what we did is we actually integrated the whole front hoop. You can see it down here. It's actually part of the chassis assembly. So that cage is not really an aftermarket cage. It's part of the chassis assembly itself, and it's far stronger in that format than having an additional cage stuck on the side. So that's basically the way that we do it. So this is ROPT 51. This is pucker roll cage tubing. So we do that. This, believe it or not, we can't actually bend this on site. We have to get these CAD made for us. Mandrel bended. So it basically comes to site with this section. The roof bars are done for us, these are done for us, and we do everything else. So, side impact, your safety. And what I certainly think is, I think you need to treat this as a safety cell. So you're in the person, you're sitting in here, and heaven forbid, if anything did happen, you want to be in a position where you're not going to get hurt. And I've seen all sorts of fandango cages running along the sides, and oh dear. So we have here these. I know some people don't like them, but do you know what? I'm going to explain to you the reasons why they're like that. So you're driving along the road, and you end up in a situation where you go off the road and you sideswipe something, a wall, a hedge, another car. So because this here is angled, anything coming from this automatically gets pinged out of the way. And when it gets pinged out of the way, and if you're here, it's deflecting whatever's coming here away from you. And that's the whole point of it. So you have this you have this little shield right the way around you. Now, you'll notice here as well is, see, we have this support bar here. And again, you know, the whole point of that is, rather than it being mounted there, and you've got nothing in the middle, you have this support here. And the idea of that is, if you ever had a side impact, this will take some of the forces. But if you're sat in here, you have that much in which that chassis can deform. And as soon as that starts to deform, that's going to start to absorb a side impact. And again, you're in here. So again, you know, from a safety point of view, you're building this little shield right the way around yourself, you know.